Chuck Pfarrer, it's great to see you today.
Great to see you, Jason. Hey,
So, Chuck, you were a squadron leader at SEAL Team 6. You've got tons of experience. You do a lot of military analysis now. And I wanted to ask you, when you saw what Hamas did in Israel on October 7th, at least it struck me as being very well planned, very well coordinated, and it had a lot of organization, which I've never seen a group like Hamas have before. But more than that, the execution was quite professional. Why do you think that is? Has something changed?
yeah, something definitely changed. Before before the October attacks, Israel always had a really good idea of what Hamas was capable of and what they were planning. They've never undertaken an operation this big. They have never achieved this much surprise. They have never had a broad-based operation like this. And what is obvious, and you have picked this out as well, something fundamentally changed in their organizational principles and their operational security. The change was so great and so rapid. We're definitely talking about coaching from state actors, and that is Iran and that is Russia. And coincidentally, who benefits? Who benefits from this major unfolding conflict in the Middle East? Iran and Russia have put the needle exactly where the West will react, and that's Israel.
So, looking at all this, it looks like the situation's just getting worse. What do you see coming in the coming days or weeks?
Wow. Well, the first thing that we've seen is there is X amount of international media bandwidth. So the attention of the world has shifted off Ukraine and is now focused on Gaza. And again, who benefits? Well, it's Russia that benefits from the world not watching Russia's conduct of the Ukraine war, which we have seen is brutal. It targets civilians. It's over the top. And most importantly, for someone like Putin, his war is not going well. His military adventure in Ukraine is still a catastrophe. Uh, what's going to happen next regarding Gaza? Unfortunately, I don't foresee the situation de-escalating. Uh, I think we're definitely going to see Israeli ground combat in Gaza. That's going to be costly. And interestingly, we have a three-dimensional battle space in Gaza. It's one of the most densely populated places in the world, and it has one of the most intricate subsurface networks of any place on Earth, including New York City. Underneath Gaza is a labyrinth of tunnels, supply areas, etc. That's also where the hostages are. So extraordinarily complex, almost impossible to predict. And what do you do? I don't think Israel has ever faced a problem like this.
So it looks pretty worrisome to say the least. Does that make you think perhaps then Russia and Iran have the upper hand?
Well, I don't think that they have the upper hand, but they have achieved their first objective, which is to get the world's attention off Ukraine. Um, I also see, especially Iran's involvement here in Gaza and with Hamas. Hamas and Hezbollah are Iranian clients, and that's a promotion. They are actually Iranian puppets. The first path to escalate, well, first of all, I would say Iran has very cynically thrown Hamas into this situation they're in right now. There used to be this thing in terrorism, counterterrorism, called limiting factor, where if you were an asymmetrical opponent of a larger opponent, you would not commit to 2,500 murders in one afternoon because you will elicit a conventional military response. Iran didn't care about Hamas. It doesn't care about what's going on in Gaza. So who benefits from that? I think the first path to escalation likely will be Hezbollah joining in the fun. So we'll have to see. They haven't done that on a large scale yet, But if I had to bet on something occurring, it would be that.
So in the end, what's your prediction? What's going to happen to Iran and to Russia?
Well, Russia's military adventure in Ukraine, they are not going to win it. People ask, how did the offensive go this summer? And I ask them, you mean the Russian offensive? There isn't a Russian offensive. They are on the defensive, and they will be until they collapse. What's going on with Iran? They're eventually going to run out of proxy bodies. That's what's going to happen with Iran. I would say this. I'll give them a B+ for this move. They've achieved what they wanted to for right now, but it's going to be a dead end.
Chuck, I really appreciate your time today.
Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.